Welcome everyone. Today we are going to be talking about the framework to get your digital product shop to $25,000 a month on Etsy. In this presentation, we'll showcase the best way to build your product mix in a way that can get you to $25,000 a month on the Etsy platform. We will cover both building the product mix and navigating how to scale your shop from $0 to $25,000 a month within your first year on Etsy. You will learn all the ways to drive that organic growth so your business isn't reliant on expensive ads. If we haven't met, my name is Dylan Jarris. I've been in e-commerce for over 13 years. I've been on Etsy over 8 years, and then I also sell on Amazon and Shopify. 8 years ago, I started an Etsy shop to kind of see what could happen. It took me 2 months to get my first sale, but by month 4, I was doing over $10,000 a month and I haven't looked back. And over the next several years, it quickly scaled up to over $50,000 per month in revenue. And now I have a company of about 30 people, and we are teaching thousands of Etsy sellers how to scale their businesses with our one-on-one unlimited coaching and our course programs. We focus on using Etsy to build your brand in the fastest way possible. We build Etsy up, and then we teach you how to funnel that traffic to other platforms, including your own website. So the topic today is the framework for getting to $25,000 a month within your first year on Etsy and how to do so without paying for ads. Now, focusing on this type of organic growth is going to give your business just so much profitability from the very beginning, and it forces you to establish product market fit instead of just throwing products up, throwing money at ad spend, and then hoping for the best. In this presentation, I do want you to have a total shift in how you are thinking about selling your products, because most of us, we start with focusing on what to sell. What do I sell? What is the winning product? How do I come up with a good product idea? I want us to take that and set it to the side, push it to the side, because we're missing the most important thing. And this is the one thing that is going to give your business stability and consistent growth for years to come. And it is choosing your customer before you choose your product. That is at the foundation of building a digital product business that can do $25,000 a month. Maybe you're not making anything on Etsy right now. How do we go from $0 to $25,000? Where do we start? We want to focus on the customer and start there. So let's talk a little bit more about this. Products do not guarantee that there is a profitable customer to buy that product. It doesn't guarantee product market fit. It doesn't guarantee there's someone who wants it. It doesn't guarantee that you will have consistent, frequent purchases from someone for that thing. It also doesn't guarantee that you're selling to someone with consistent spending habits. Instead, when you start with a product, we're very much just focused on creating a product, putting it out there, and hoping that someone wants it. And hope is not a plan. So how do you start with a customer? First, I'm going to give you the framework, and then we'll jump into a real life example. So instead of picking a product and hoping someone wants it, we are going to reverse engineer your income. And that starts with the first question. I want you to all to ask yourself this question. Who is paying you? Who do you want to pay your bills? What type of person, what type of customer, what type of sector or business do you want to rely on to pay your bills? You better choose people who have consistent spending habits. You want to choose people who aren't living paycheck to paycheck. You want to choose people who are spending money even when inflation is up, interest rates are up, and consumer sentiment overall might be down. You want to sell to the people who are still spending. So when you're thinking about your customer, ask these questions here. Does this person have consistent income? Number 2, are they impacted negatively when the economy is bad? Does your customer feel inflation? Do they actually feel the effects of inflation? Or are they still spending like they always were? Are they still buying cars and homes and groceries like they always were? And are they doing that without serious impact from interest rates or inflation? Are they still spending on their expensive hobbies and activities? These are all questions you want to think about. Or are you selling to someone who's like cutting back, right? Cutting back in every area of their life right now. You do not want that to be your customer. Then we're going to ask these questions, okay? Write these down and answer them for yourself. Number 1, what is this customer coming to Etsy for? Number 2, who are they shopping for in their life? Maybe it's their family, themselves, their business, their workplace. Maybe they're shopping for their customers, right? And then we want to ask, are they coming to Etsy for kind of leisurely, frivolous items? Or are they coming to Etsy for products that solve a pain point or provide a solution? And then let's say you want to sell digital products. The next part of this framework is looking at what digital products would help them save time, help them make money, help them save money, or solve a pain point or provide a solution. This is always a safe and good starting point if you're starting a digital shop. Now, the key here is this is really important, and it's hard for people to grasp when all they hear is niche down, hyper niche, sub niche. We're not niching down. We're actually looking at how can we serve our customer in as many areas of their life as possible. We're focused on lifetime value of the customer, LTV. We don't want to serve them in just one area of their life. We want to serve them in many areas of their life. This might be with their family, this might be with their workplace, and it might be personally. And then this is the next question we want to ask. How can we serve them for 4 to 7 years? This is so key in building a shop that not just gets to $25,000 a month this year, but that consistently stays at and increases from $25,000 a month for years to come. This is what takes your business from a transactional business where you're always chasing new customers, trying to acquire new customers for the first time, to a business where you are focused on each individual customer and increasing the lifetime value of each customer, because it's much, much less expensive to just continue to target and serve your current customers than it is to go out and try to find new eyeballs and new customers. Serving your new customers in more ways for a longer period of time, that is one of the easiest things you can do. And that will also pay you back for paying attention to that great customer experience and having a quality product. Those things are essential in getting those customers to come back. And we know that our customers, they're not just transactions. Our customers are relationships. And these are relationships that we can nourish and mutually benefit from for years to come. And this is as long as you are delivering a premium product, a premium customer experience, and as long as you offer continuous new ways to meet their needs and solve their problems. 2 other questions you want to write down is, how often is this item purchased or repurchased, right? Is this a once a month type of an item? Is it once in a lifetime type of an item? And another question is, how often does this type of customer come to Etsy? Are they someone who will only come to Etsy one time in their life for one random thing? Or does this customer continue to come back to Etsy to meet a variety of their needs? And the final question is, what unique skills and resources do you have access to that you can use as a competitive advantage in a way to differentiate? Because you never want to find yourself competing only on price. So this might be exceptional design skills. It might be the ability to add a service component to a digital product. It might be your amazing tutorials that come along with the spreadsheets. It might be special software that is really difficult to work with that not many people know how to use. And knowing all these different skill sets and tools that you have, that's going to help you compete in many more ways outside of price, specifically with digital products. So right now, I'm going to squash a couple of ideas that I recommend not going with. And I only say this because I want to save you time, and your time is money. Number one thing I would not recommend doing is selling a digital product like AI wall art. Or I would not sell something super specific like digital meal planning templates, just having shops all about one of those things. And why? Why is this? Because a couple of things. Number one, how often does someone replace their wall art? How many times a year does someone get a new digital meal prep planner? How many different meal planners does someone need? It's not necessarily only finding an item that is heavily repurchased or one item that is, constantly needs updating, so they're going to repurchase often and frequently, but it's about having a product mix that serves someone in many areas of their life for many years of their life. So we've broken down the framework for choosing customers and serving them in many areas. But let's give you an example. We're gonna walk through an example of the customer first, product second framework. So in choosing a customer who is profitable and has consistent spending habits, and someone who already comes to Etsy, we might think of maybe selling to a growing, thriving small business where they truly value their time more than money. Now, some people will tell you niche down. I actually recommend not choosing a niche and instead focusing on serving multiple types of complementary customers in the same shop who all appreciate the same aesthetic. So for example, let's say you're thinking about different types of businesses like Etsy sellers, lash technicians, dog groomers, realtors. You might be thinking, oh my gosh, all of these different customers would need their own shop. But the truth is, you can build a robust product mix that serves multiple types of customers in the same shop. And we always recommend starting with this because then you're not diluting your efforts. Let's say you have 2 shops, you're putting 50% of your effort into each shop. That one shop that you're putting 50% of your effort into, you're competing against a shop where that business owner is putting 100% of their effort. How would you ever win? You wouldn't. So we want to put 100% of our effort into one single shop. And we want to serve multiple customers inside the same shop as long as that customer appreciates the same aesthetic. So for example, you could sell to Etsy sellers, Shopify sellers, brick and mortar, retail owners, even content creators in the same Etsy shop. On the other hand, you could have an Etsy shop that targets interior designers, realtors, Airbnb owners, and maybe even virtual assistants all in the same shop. Those could be 2 separate shops, right? There's multiple types of customers in each one. There's some overlap. They're complementary customers. And you want to make sure that these customers appreciate the same aesthetic. We're going to use these 2 things to keep it cohesive, and it's site merchandising and aesthetics. So just like the store Anthropologie, right? If you guys know Anthropologie, they have a very strong brand. Anything they put into their shop, anything that their buyers and their buying team puts in, it usually sells, right? They've mastered serving a customer in many areas of their life for many years. They have wedding dresses and they have kitchen utensils. The branding is there and the aesthetic is there. And we use site merchandising to complete that. Now, when we're serving multiple customers, we also want to serve each of them for 4 to 7 years. An example, let's say Etsy sellers, you might want to sell them Instagram templates. You might sell them a sales planning tool. You might sell them an inventory tracker. You might sell them a tax prep spreadsheet. You might sell them employee hiring templates. And then let's say the Shopify sellers who you're targeting in the same shop, maybe you're selling Shopify templates. Maybe you're selling affiliate program templates and formats. Maybe you're selling packaging inserts or packaging itself. And for content creators, maybe you're selling Instagram templates, blog templates, maybe collaboration and influencer agreements, content posting schedules, and maybe prompts for posting. Now let's talk about the brick and mortar customer, again, being targeted in the same shop. Maybe for them, you have QR code signage, maybe a return policy poster, maybe flyers for local postings, maybe pop-up signage, maybe hang tags, maybe barcode organizers. And all of these customers with all of these products, serving them for a range of years, it's all in the same shop. And we're using site merchandising and aesthetics to keep it cohesive. Now, a big reason why this works is because all of those customers that we chose, they are stretched thin. They value their time more than money. They have pain points. They're looking for solutions. And if you're trying to get to $25,000 a month consistently, not just one time, you really want to make sure that your product mix is solving those types of problems. So your product mix is going to solve pain points in many areas of a customer's life for many different types of customers. And these customers are going to be complementary. We don't want to have customers in opposition in the same shop. Like let's say you sell digital wedding invitations, right? Very upscale digital wedding invites with, let's say, templates for farmers who are selling their corn and, contracts for agricultural businesses. We don't want that in the same shop. We want to make sure they're still complementary customers. They're not in opposition. Okay, so we've talked about choosing the right customer. We've talked about how to create a product mix that will increase the lifetime value of your customer. But let's talk about the precise product framework. What are those products? What exactly would do well on Etsy? The precise framework for this is the 7 types of products framework. That is an entirely different presentation, but for the purpose of this presentation, we need to focus on one of these 7 types of products. And this type of product is essential if you ever want to go from $0 to $25,000 a month on Etsy. And this type of product is called a loss leader. Now, no matter what type of Etsy shop you have, you are going to want to front load it with loss leader listings. And it's going to allow you to get traction the fastest. Now, you might think a loss leader, what, losing money? How am I going to make $25,000 if I'm losing money? So if you want to get to $25,000 a month, you have to be willing to have some super low profit months early on while you're getting traction. The whole idea is to build sales velocity, or the number of orders occurring in a period of time. Sales velocity is a huge component of getting to $25,000 a month on Etsy. You've got to get your shop to hundreds or thousands of orders per month as quickly as possible. What is a loss leader? If you're not going to lose money on it, what does it mean? It is an item that is lower price point, lower margin. You're not going to lose money, but maybe you're making, 85 cents to $1 per transaction. The entire purpose of this thing is to have mass appeal. And it's really to get people into the funnel, into your shop. So it's not a super hyper niche item. It's not a seasonal item. It's not a trendy item. This is something that is going to be evergreen, that it will get sales and build its sales history for years to come. So examples of a loss leader. Let's say your digital shop. It could be a printable hang tag, or it could be a business QR code or a digital business card. Or it could be a business welcome sign. It's going to be something that has mass appeal. And the whole idea is to get at least 20 orders per listing per day on your loss leaders. Also, quick tip, I recommend having your loss leader be a color that is not polarizing. Let's say you sell hang tags for retailers. You have pink ones, blue ones, and neutral ones. You want the neutral ones to be front and center as your loss leader. Now, how many loss leaders should you have? I always recommend starting with at least 10 to 20 listings that are loss leaders. But the real key is that these listings are not competing with each other in search results. So for example, let's say you sell digital business cards. You do not want 10 to 20 digital business card listings. You're just competing with yourself. Instead, you might have one digital business card, one QR code sign, one hang tag template, and so forth. So you have 10 to 20 unique products that are all loss leaders. So it's not 10 to 20 variations of the same thing. That doesn't count. The real key is showing up under as many unique sets of long tail keywords, which are search results. And you cannot do that if you compete with yourself. So now that we have our loss leaders in place and we have a product mix that serves our customers for 4 to 7 years, as well as multiple customers in the same shop, now we want to move into part 2, which is driving traffic and getting traffic without paying for ads. Now, one of my big things is organic growth, organic traffic without ads. I actually grew my Etsy shop to $1 million in profit within 5 years without any ad spend. And I actually grew another business to 8 figures just last year without spending anything on ads. So you could say organic growth is my expertise. And that is where people get lazy, and that is where people get stuck, because the expectation of putting listings up and having the orders roll in is real. And that expectation can be where a business falls apart. So organic growth, it is insane effort and strategy. Most of us are missing one or both. We're either missing the effort or missing the strategy. So why not run ads? Some of you might be thinking it sounds so much easier just to turn on some ads. Well, you do not want to run ads if you do not have product market fit. So it is one of the fastest ways to burn cash. Running ads on listings that don't have product market fit established, it is a very expensive experiment. It's more of an experiment because you don't yet know what customers want or like the most. It's a very expensive way to find out if people even like your product. You really have to have strong product market fit and social proof if you want to be running ads. And one of the best ways to establish this product market fit is through organic growth strategies. So there's 2 really main avenues for that organic growth. The first way is through stellar SEO, and the second way is through a full court press with your social media. Now on SEO, I want to point out a couple of things specifically with digital products. The biggest mistake that I see, it is competing with yourself by using the same SEO. So let's say you have 100 listings. Well, if you're using the same SEO on all these listings, that might be only 20 unique sets of long tail keywords. That might be about 20 different sets of search results that you could come up under, even though you have 100 listings. It wouldn't matter if you had 100 listings or 1,000 listings if you're doing it that way. The second biggest mistake I see with SEO on digital products is naming your digital products things that are not at all related to the purpose, utility, or solution. Now remember, if we're trying to make $25,000 a month on Etsy, we want to make sure that our digital products have purpose, utility, and provide solutions. So we don't want to be titling our products something that is super unique or obscure. Let's say you sell planners. You don't want to title a planner Pretty Girl Lash Life Planner if it's a planner for lash technicians. Instead, you might want to call it something like Eyelash Technician Booking Planner Lash Tech Scheduling Tracker. Okay? You're getting Eyelash Technician Booking Planner and Planner Lash Tech and Lash Tech Scheduling Tracker. So those are 3 different sets of long tail keywords. Or let's say you sell budget spreadsheets. You would not want to title it Never Broke Again Tracker. Right? That might be your internal title or the fun title you call it in your course or your program or on your website. No one's going to be searching that. Or maybe you're calling it Bankruptcy Avoidance Tracker. I came up with that one. Instead, you'll want to title it something like this: Small Business Budgeting Spreadsheet or Financial Planning Tool for Small Business Owner Budget Spreadsheet. And here you're gathering these long tail keywords. For the first one, it's really a complete set, Small Business Budgeting Spreadsheet. For the second one, you are capturing multiple sets of long tail keywords: Financial Planning Tool for Small Business Owner Budget Spreadsheet, right? Those 3 sets of long tail keywords. Now, a title is only part of your SEO. I want to be clear here. We're not just packing in random keywords that are somewhat related to the product. We are capturing sets of long tail keywords. We're not keyword stuffing and just stuffing together a bunch of keywords. We're collecting sets of long tail keywords, which is what Etsy recommends. And you're using the entire title, all of the SEO real estate that Etsy gives you. Now, SEO is so much more than a title. That is just one part of it. I say it's around 10% of your SEO. But for the purpose of this presentation, we are only going to focus on titles that really highlight the purpose and utility of a product, because that is how customers search. Now let's focus on part 2 of getting that traffic without ads, and that is full court press with social media. And this is the external traffic that you are responsible for driving. And this is where pure effort wins. So there are many places to drive traffic, such as Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, email marketing. Now, I recommend focusing on a combination of both short-term traffic and long-term traffic. I recommend this combination, Pinterest and Facebook. Now, people go to Facebook looking for solutions and recommendations. Oftentimes, they're looking for advice. One of my students that I work with who does digital products, she actually had a viral product based on our Facebook strategy. Facebook can happen very quickly. The results you will see within hours or at the longest days. Then for the long-term strategy, I recommend using Pinterest. One of the biggest issues I see with Pinterest is people just install the Google Chrome extension or they start creating pins in Canva and they do Pinterest before ever learning how to optimize their listings. Well, if you're doing that, you're literally going to waste all your time. Only after we fully optimize a listing for Pinterest in every single way do we want to start driving traffic to Pinterest. And Pinterest, like Facebook, is a search engine, but really with Pinterest, we see that working for years and years to come. It really builds like a snowball. Pinterest specifically should be the biggest source of traffic for your evergreen loss leaders. Now, the key with Pinterest is not to ever use it on seasonal or holiday items that you intend to disable from your shop at any point in the year. Otherwise, those Pinterest links will break, and over time, Pinterest will deactivate those pins or just push you so low in search results. So instead, use Pinterest on listings that will be live all year round. You might be asking, how much time should I be spending on Pinterest and Facebook? Well, if you are in your first year on Etsy and you're really serious about hitting $25,000 a month, I would do a minimum of 1 hour a day on Facebook and Pinterest. And if it's too much time, then I recommend having a VA assist you. Now, I still highly recommend, if it's in your first year and you're trying to go from that $0 to $25,000 a month, that you do Pinterest yourself instead of using something like Tailwind. And the reason is because there is a lot of value from doing Pinterest yourself beyond just saving a little money, but you're spending the time and you're exposing yourself to new trends that are not yet on Etsy. That is where the value is. My power listings, the listings that I've had that have done over $100,000, those listing ideas came from Pinterest. So we've got the right customer in place, we've got the right product mix in place, we have the essential listings to get you traction, and we've taught you how to drive traffic externally to really accelerate your sales velocity. Now, what do you do next? The next steps here are what I call the more, better, new principles. And we're going to give away a very helpful document all about the more, better, new principles that will really help you in your shop. Now, if you are really serious about scaling a digital shop to a high level, I highly encourage you to schedule a free call with myself and my team. I now have a team of about 30 people in our company. We have a brand new program called the Ultimate Etsy Course, and we are the only Etsy coaching program that does unlimited one-on-one private coaching every single day, 24/7. We also give you 208 coaching calls, and you have unlimited access to myself and my team. We do not take off holidays or weekends because we're so dedicated to helping you grow your business. And we've had thousands of sellers go through this program. We also do meetups around the country, in-person workshops and summits, and it is an amazing community to be part of. We work with sellers who are just starting out. They don't have a shop yet. Maybe they have some ideas. Sellers who are just starting to get traction. Maybe they're making a few hundred to a few thousand a month. And we work with sellers who are making over $100,000 a month, all the way up to $8 million per year. And what we're doing is taking corporate e-commerce principles, applying them to Etsy, and that's why we see very consistent, predictable results. Now, when you work with me, you also get my coaching team. So there are 12 of us on the coaching team, and we are a global coaching team. So we work with sellers in about 35 countries, and we work around the clock. So I have a night crew who's coaching and a day crew, and we're always there. Our coaching calls are also at a variety of times to accommodate different time zones. And if this sounds interesting to you, just schedule a call with us and we can show you exactly what it looks like. You can see it for yourself. You can see all of our students and their stats as well. And we can put together a custom package that fits exactly what you need. Some people need a lot of coaching. Some people need just a little. And we will take a look at what your goals are, what type of support you need, and we can put something custom together for you. All right. Well, my team and I hope to speak with you soon on a call. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and I look forward to connecting with you and learning about your business.